Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Andrew. We're brothers. And this is the Daniel and Andrew Show,
where we give our opinions about movies and TV and movies about the brothers that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
Good. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Just forgot, what we were talking about today while I was doing, while we're rattling things off. And I always do that intro right off the top of the dome, work on my, so.
I'm not sure why I go, are you ready? You should be thinking
about it. I like doing it nice and hot and fast, I don't like,
Okay.
when I keep those improv skills sharp for the never times I need them. So, yeah. So, do you anything fun this week?
Not really. I ended up seeing the movie earlier because I kind of wanted to see it. I was kind of hyped for the movie. And I've been watching Invincible, but I'm only like 3 episodes in, but it's good so far. But I mean, I'll give you my final thoughts. Not that you even care, I think, but yeah, it's good so far. Have you seen anything?
The only thing that I saw other than the movie, and I actually saw The Accountant too. They did a tax day screening the week before, so I actually saw it last week. So I saw that movie before I saw Sinners.
Oh, you've been sitting on this one, eh?
So I was like, I don't need to see anything this weekend, but I did. I went and saw for the 20th anniversary of Star Wars. I saw Revenge of the Sith, and I saw it, and Dad saw another movie at the same time. So I went and saw Revenge of the Sith, and I will say it was better than I remember.
Thank you.
It's better than I remember. Doesn't make it a great movie.
It's not the best movie, but it's still like a 7. Horrible. Fair.
Okay. So here's the things. The guy who plays the Emperor is horribly over the top. And it's all the meme stuff. Do it and pow wow and all that stuff. I am this. It's all so campy and ridiculous.
I love it though.
Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen do not have chemistry.
I agree. Yeah.
And that's the second movie that they're together, and they don't have chemistry. I like Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen is okay. So, but they have no chemistry. The best actors don't have that much. I mean, like Ewan McGregor is good. He's one of the best actors in it. But he's kind of sidelined doing the General Grievous stuff. Sam Jackson's a great actor, and he's barely in it. And most of the time, it's just like, hey, I don't trust this guy. I don't trust this guy. And I don't trust you either. Mm-hmm. And then, spoiler alert for a 20-year-old movie, then he dies. So it's, I like the stuff with Yoda because Yoda has stuff to do. And I mean, one of the best actors is a CGI little green alien. Has more expression than some of the live human actors. But I do kind of like the melodrama-ness of it. So you have like the originals are like super like goofy and stuff and have a bunch of like corny, cheesy, like jokey stuff to them. And then they try to like keep with that in the first one, but then people didn't like Jar Jar Binks. So then they went like super melodramatic. So you like couldn't win. You can't win with Star Wars fans. And then so he sold it, and then Disney made what they made. So
yeah, it made it even worse. Yeah.
It makes those sequel trilogy makes the prequels look like Shakespeare, but they're still not that great.
I agree. I never said they were like 10 out of 10 movies.
Now they have good. That third one has some pretty good action, and I think the CG does hold up pretty well. There's only a few times where it looks like models, and when Yoda or anytime the Emperor fights, he looks weird because he's like old, and then he's like this, like,
Yeah.
spongy look to him.
I
But
actually think a lot of the CG backdrops don't look that great.
I think
It's just
no,
you
I
can
think
tell they're standing in front of a green screen. But I think you're talking about like people, like aliens and stuff, looking at it.
yeah, I think no,
Yeah.
I'm saying when like when they're in that big ship and the ship's crashing, they all are in there, and there's these little models, in there.
Oh
It's so
yeah,
clearly CG, right? But everything
yeah,
else kind of looks good, Or when they're flying around, and then you see them before they go into them, they're like talking,
yeah, yeah,
that looks bad. But like the fighting and the explosions and all that, that's already looks good.
yeah.
I will still say Padme's ship is super dope. I've always liked that
Yeah.
ship.
And I mean,
Um,
what? When did that movie come out? Like,
20 years ago, 2005.
yeah. I mean, I feel like that's still better CG than what we're getting today. So it's like, I can't even really complain about it anymore. I don't know.
No, it holds up. I mean, there's actual time was put into those movies. I think, like I said, it's still not like a great movie or anything, but I think it's pretty solid. They're just, if there was more chemistry with those two, and then Anakin Skywalker was played by just a different actor. I don't want to say a better actor, just a different actor. I think it would do better. But also the writing is not good. It's literally just, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. It's all miscommunication. That's why it's like he went like Shakespearean, where it's like, oh, this person, it's just like they're not, but it's for he loves Padme or whatever. But then he's like, okay, so I'm going to kill younglings or whatever. It's like very, I don't know. But there's a
Yeah.
lot of good parts of that movie, but there's a lot of bad parts too. I still think it's a solid movie, and it's still way better than the second one. So, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I think pretty much the only one I haven't seen in theaters is Empire. So I'll have to check that out at some point. So yeah, so that's what I did. So
How
cute.
can you like diss on the Emperor and then you're like in Rogue One? Oh, I really liked that one guy who was like, what's the guy in Rogue One who's the bad guy that Vader chokes? And he's like, don't choke on your aspirations. You like that
Yeah.
guy. But he's just as bad as the Emperor, I would say.
Though it's like, I think that guy, he sells it better. The guy who plays the Emperor is just like, yeah, I'm bad.
I mean, at that point, yeah, but I think he does a great job. I disagree. I think.
Ben Mendelsohn is smug, but the Emperor is like, I'm a true mustache.
I mean, he is like the ultimate bad guy. Like, he's not even on the same level as.
And he's
Mr.
also,
Smug.
and also the Emperor, like how nobody knew that the Chancellor was the Sith the whole time is beyond me, because he is so obvious. He's like, I'm doing bad things. Like, I really, and and Anakin goes, hey, you're the Sith. And he's like, yep. Like, he doesn't, there's not even like a, it's just like, I am. You want to be bad with me?
Rushed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like they needed to do something. And yeah, like I said, it's infinitely better than the sequel trilogy. But if you had just compared it to the pre,
I agree that it could have been better with the execution and everything, honestly. But I think the story is good enough on its own. And yeah, Hayden Christensen's not the best. I like him. I know
the
you
writing,
don't like him.
the writing is poor.
Like
the writing is poor. Honestly, I think the only reason you give it more of a pass is because you like the fighting. There's several good fighting. There's Grievous fighting and the fight in the beginning with Dooku, and you like the fight with Yoda and the Emperor, and then you like the fight at the end. if they didn't have good fights in that, you would think that movie
You're
was
right.
dog doo doo.
You're right. You're right.
You
It
give
would
it
be
a
a lot.
pass because of
Yes.
action. People give the first one a pass. That thing with Darth Maul is awesome.
It's sick. Yeah.
I still think that's the best fight probably in Star Wars.
I mean, yeah, nothing in the I can't even remember half of the fights in the new sequels. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I agree.
But
yeah, we
so
can get
yeah,
off Star Wars. I'm sorry. I could talk about Star Wars all day. I'm sorry.
I know. I like Star Wars too. I do like seeing them in theaters. I think it. First of all, John Williams' score is amazing. Like hearing the Superman theme in the theaters and hearing the Star Wars theme, anything John Williams, hearing it in the theater is the way to hear it. You're hearing it with good sound.
You're making me want to see the movie. I might go see it.
You can. It's playing.
I know.
I'm surprised you didn't, to be honest. I thought for sure you'd go.
It's just I went on the trip and then I had to see like Sinners right away and then I had to see this right away. It's a lot of money to just be going to the theater all the time,
You just go to a matinee and see it for like $10 or something. It's not crazy.
But if I'm going to go see it, I might want to go see it in the big theater. I mean, I saw it in the big theater when it came out, but
I didn't go see it. There was, first of all, it's not playing in any of the big theaters because they had The Accountant, they had Sinners. Like they're not playing the big theater.
I don't. Yeah, I know what you mean. You're meaning like IMAX or something.
Yeah. They couldn't see it. They didn't have it like that. Yeah. So
maybe I'll go see it.
But yeah, it was fun. All right. Let's get into the news here. So which game? Split Fiction. We're getting, is it called Split Fiction?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a video game that literally just came out a couple months ago and has done very, very well. And we're getting a movie adaptation of the video game. So in the game, you play two different ladies, and they both have their own worlds that they've created.
Well, they're like writers, right?
They're writers, and they're working to make them into experiences with this company, and accidentally they intertwine their consciousness together or whatever. So then you get these, like, you're playing both versions, and one girl's is sci-fi, one girl's is fantasy. So they're so you're playing the game and you're going back and forth between fantasy and sci-fi. And now they're making it into a movie adaptation with Sydney Sweeney has already been cast. I don't know which one, but
I've heard she's like directing in some capacity too, or maybe not directing, but she's
probably producing.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah,
I don't want to give misinformation, but that's what I was hearing.
Yeah, almost certainly it would be producing. She's producing the film. Reese and Wernick, the Deadpool writers, are writing the film, and John M. Chu will direct it, who is finishing up Wicked 2 right now. So the Wicked director.
Good people then, huh?
Yep, good people. I mean, there's a lot of fantasy and stuff to it. I mean, Wicked is a fantasy, so
they're going to need a crazy amount of sets, I feel like.
I'm sure it'll either be super CGI heavy, or they'll try to do the sets like they did with Wicked. I mean, In the Heights was also very set heavy too, and they did a lot of things actually in camera. I mean, John M. Chu is hit and miss for me as a director. I mean, I know Crazy Rich Asians was a huge movie, but I find it to be incredibly boring. And 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 he did Now You See Me Too, which isn't a particularly good movie. But then he did In the Heights and Wicked. So, I mean, but they're musicals and I like musicals. And those are both musicals I like. So, but he could have very easily screwed those up and he actually did quite well with both of those. And so he's he's on a streak of good movies. Hopefully he can continue that with that movie. But that is definitely by far the fastest adaptation of a video game to a movie. I mean,
they're just not saying no to him anymore, right? Something comes out, there could be a movie. Make me a Baldur's Gate movie already.
Well, I mean, like, didn't that game sell like 1 million copies in like a day? Like,
what, Split Fiction?
Yeah,
it sold pretty well. Yeah,
I mean, I got it immediately, I think. So yeah, I did pretty well.
Well, and it's extremely consumer friendly because you buy the game, your friend can play it with you.
That's
for free, right?
Yeah. I don't. Sydney Sweeney literally does nothing for me. It doesn't hinder nor help that. It doesn't. There's no. She doesn't tip the scales. So
I get that she probably doesn't tip the scales for you, but a video game movie is probably going to be marketed towards, teenage boys. So,
males, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's attractive. That's true. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it does in 2 years or whatever, whenever they actually put it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I just never seen anything like that happen before. All right. Well, let's talk about the movie we talked about last week, which is Sinners. Now, Sinners had an incredible second weekend. The first weekend it made 48 million. This weekend it made 45 million. That is the third best second weekend drop for a movie that made over $40 million ever.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of people were waiting to see if anyone thought it was good.
Yep, it's like a 5% drop. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
The only ones that have done better, that have made more than 40 million in the first 2 weekends are Avatar, the first Avatar, which had like a 2% drop, and Shrek 2, which actually made more money on its second weekend than it did the first one.
Nice.
So if you don't count that Shrek, it's the second best drop. That's an actual drop.
Yeah, but you got to count it.
Yeah.
I mean, just because it did better, that doesn't mean it.
Yeah, it did better.
It did better.
It had a plus instead of a minus. So, yeah. So that did very well for itself, and it's doing very well in IMAX. So it kept the IMAX and lost its other premium screens to Accountant, and it still made almost the same amount of money that it did the first weekend. That movie can make quite a bit of money. That could be like a Greatest Showman, like maintained movie. Possibly, we'll see. We'll see how this third weekend does with Thunderbolts coming out.
It's definitely not going to keep what it's got, but I do think it should be applauded. That is impressive.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, that looks very good for Ryan Coogler, of course, who has had quite the run of movies. Creed, and
just go do something else original. Don't do Sinners 2. We don't need it. That's okay.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I don't think we need a second one. But also, this is an original film as well. So that's very good for an original film to do that well.
It is good. I'm telling you, Sinners 2 will not do as well, though. Now that people have seen it, they'll pass.
Okay. Well, speaking of who it also helps out, Michael B. Jordan, he already got his next project locked up with a adaptation of the Thomas Crown Affair, which would be the third adaptation of the book. The last one was it was like 20 years ago with Pierce Brosnan. It's a heist film.
Cool.
And
is it an ensemble heist thing, or is it just him?
I don't think so. I think it would be. I think he's like the the main character. Yeah, it's coming out March 5th of 2027. He is also going to direct the film.
I'm less interested then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a genre film. He's an art thief, I believe. Yeah, there's a actress. I don't remember who she is. Anyway, so yeah, he will direct the movie and star in the film. Another adaptation of the Thomas Crown Affair, coming out in 2027, and this will be for Amazon MGM. But it will be a, in theater movie. It won't be on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks kind of interesting. I like a heist film. Yeah. It looks like there's opening for heist films and kind of spy-esque stuff. We haven't, and there'd probably be a different point of view because the last two movies were white guys as the lead, so this is a chance to do something different, I guess. And I think both times that they've made it, it's like the original film was like Steve McQueen, and then the remake was with Pierce Brosnan. So it's like famous actors, right? So, and I think both of them done well. So why not do another one, I guess?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just don't think he can direct. So
I liked Creed 3, but I don't think you were particularly loved it or anything. So
didn't he direct another one? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that was it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that's all the news that I have today. So it's time to get on the trailer train here. Let's talk about The Smashing Machine. Now, this is a biopic about a UFC fighter. I think his name's Mark Kerr. And he's played by Dwayne Johnson, The Rock there. So big jacked guy playing a big jacked guy. I doubt that Mark Kerr is that huge, but I will say the makeup on him is pretty good. He doesn't just look like The Rock.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird.
It's weird.
Well, they're trying to make him look like this guy, right? And obviously he doesn't.
That's fair. It's just it's him, but he's trying to play someone else, but his voice is so recognizable too.
But he does change it. His inflection is different. I will say that.
He attempts to, but if he went, if you smell, you know it's him.
Honestly, I was all game for it until Emily Blunt shows up doing her thing. I don't know.
They're friends, She gets.
She's just in everything.
That's how I feel about Pedro Pascal.
That's how a lot of people feel about Pedro Pascal. And what people wanted to be in the Fantastic Four? John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. That's right. They probably had her, possibly had her in there at one point. So,
Well, I mean, John Krasinski got the part at some point.
He did, and I think they did that because everyone wanted him in there. And to be honest, he was okay.
I think people liked it, but
people liked it because it got what they wanted.
Yeah, it was just a multiverse thing, though. So
I
don't know.
He could always come back at some point.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
We'll see how Fantastic Four does.
Probably, my guess is not very fantastic, but that's
All
my
right,
guess.
nice. I see what you
Yeah.
did there. That's good.
Mhm.
Um. Anyway,
Yeah,
what
this
you think?
movie.
What'd you think about the movie? Did you think?
uh, I mean, you know me. I'm not interested in biopics already. Even people that I am interested in, like, I'm like on the fence of seeing the Michael Jackson one, and I don't know. He's probably like one of my favorite singers of all time, and I don't even
Uh,
know who this guy is. So
I I am interested and not interested at the same time. So we'll see.
yeah, you're probably gonna see it.
Maybe we'll see. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Emily Blunt's a good enough deterrent for you to stay away.
yeah. All right. Let's talk about heads of state. So in this movie, John Cena plays the president, and Idris Elba, I'm guessing, plays the prime minister of the UK. Would be my guess.
I had no clue.
I would assume so. Yes. So yes, they're both heads of state, and they are running from bad guys, I guess.
Yep. That's. I mean, does the plot matter?
I'm just not sure. I still like kind of hazy on that. It's just like action, like the whole trailer's just action, action, action.
Yeah.
The director of Nobody, which I like that movie, and it was over the top. I'd see this movie.
You know what? They should have replaced John Cena with Jason Statham, and then there you go. I would have been more interested, but I don't know. I
You
just
mean
don't like.
John Cena is the American? If Jason Statham would be in it, would be Jason Statham and John Cena.
Yeah, I know. I just don't like John Cena.
What's funny is
It doesn't
you
matter
say
who. I don't care what the role. Yes, and they're the president, but you're going because it's John Cena, and you're going because it's Idris Elba. Nobody cares who they are. They could be nobodies.
if you replace Jason Statham with John,
You mean
like
John's?
that would be they're both in Hobbs and Shaw. Idris Elba's the villain in Hobbs and
Yes,
Shaw.
yes. I no, I agree. I agree that Hobbs and Shaw is a bad movie. I think this is going to be a bad movie as well.
No, I wouldn't say this is going to be a fantastic movie, but it looks fun. So
Yeah, I'll probably see this movie. I don't know. Am I really gonna buy John Cena? You know, fumbling the bag on everything. It's just goofy, and I don't know. Obviously, I'm not gonna believe it because it's meant to not be believable. But it might be fun. You might be right. Maybe they'll sell it. They gotta really sell it to me. They gotta really be goofy with it.
yeah, we'll see. I think it looks okay. All right. So last one here. Now you see me, now you don't. So this is the third Now You See Me film, which brings back the original cast from the first one with what's her name, Isla Fisher coming back.
Were they not in the second one?
The second one, Isla Fisher, they just never talk about her. Like they don't even say what happened to her, and she's just not around. And they have Lizzie Kaplan in there instead as just another lady. And then in this one, she's just back like the Four Horsemen never changed at all. Is like kind of.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're going to bring up the other Lizzie Kaplan character or not. But she's not in the cast list or anything. So
it's not like she's playing. They didn't play the same role, right? It's like a whole new lady.
No, it's a completely different character.
Okay.
Yeah, completely different character. And also, Mark Ruffalo is in both of the first two movies, and they do not talk about him, and they do not show him at all in this one.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. I'll just phone it in for a bag, anyways.
I don't know. Okay, so this one. The difference between this one is some new upstart magicians are posing as the four people, and then Jesse Eisenberg shows up and is like, "What you doing? You want to join me?" And then they all meet up, and then they all go on an adventure here. Our new young upstarts are Justice Smith, Ariana Greenblatt, and what's his name? He's in The Holdovers. Whatever, that guy, the young guy in the whole Holdovers that is with Paul Giamatti the whole movie.
Okay,
the one that we follow. I like all those actors, so
I agree. I just now the cast just seems bloated to me if you're having all of them be in there.
Yeah,
even when it was just the four of them in the trailer, I was like, they're not bringing back the old people, and then they brought back the old people, and then I was like, man, so are we getting rid of the new people already? I'm already lost. Like,
yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Well, the thing is, they're the four horsemen, and then Mark Ruffalo joins them, so then they're just the horsemen, I guess. But then Mark Ruffalo's not there, so now they're, what are they, the eight horsemen? So I don't know, but yeah. So we have Jesse Eisenberg, Isla Fisher, Woody Harrelson, and Dave Franco. Those are your original four there. So
to be honest, they should have just new casted it. They could have saved money. The name would have sold enough. And people are just there to see a magic movie anyways. It's not like Jesse Eisenberg is like that much of a pull or something.
I don't know. I like the first movie. That's pretty much the only reason I'm interested in this movie. The second movie is not very good. So yeah, I'm hoping that this movie is good. As long as it's fun, it's literally the first one's a fun heist movie. As long as this one's a fun heist movie, the second one, I don't care. As long as it's like a fun heist movie, that's good. If it's all bad heist and if there's actual, also the second one had like actual magic in it. This one is just like, the second one was just like literally impossible magic, Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens.
I feel like this one's just going to be a checklist of, oh, this person needs to be on screen. Oh, now it needs to be, what's his head? Mark Ruffalo. Oh, now it's time for what's his head? I can't remember his name. I don't know why I can't remember his name.
Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco.
No, the older man who's
that's Woody
famous
Harrelson.
Voice.
Oh, no, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, they're like, Morgan Freeman. Time to show Morgan Freeman. Like, they got this checklist, and that's what the movie's going to be, and then they're going to do some magic in between.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to see the movie.
That's what I'm expecting. If I'm surprised, No,
I get I get why you're saying what you're saying. And there's very, 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 very high chance of not being good. Ruben Fleischer's directing it. He's directed Zombieland. He also directed Venom. So, he's not.
He do Zombieland too.
Yeah. Yep.
And that one was all right.
This is his third movie with Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson. And he did something else too. He did Venom. He did something else. It's literally in the trailer. I don't remember what it was. There was 3 movies that he did.
Okay.
He's hit or miss as a director, but his stuff is always very like kind of gritty,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I want to like it, but yeah. We'll see.
So we'll see how that goes. But yes, I was excited about the trailer, and then it was kind of a okay trailer. So
yeah.
Q. All right. Now we are ready for the review of the week, I believe. Now, this movie that we're going to talk about is The Accountant 2. What did you think of the movie?
I liked it. But I feel like I'm so biased towards this movie, but I enjoyed the first one immensely. So
yeah. So there's only one part of the plot of this movie that I think is stupid. It's just like very convoluted, and I'm certain you know what I'm talking about.
Probably,
Um,
yeah.
um, and that's my only real um, qualm with this movie. Um, Ben Affleck, I think this is like his best role because I feel like he's actually playing a role and actually has quirks, and he actually fleshed out this character. He fleshed it out more than I think he even did in the first one. Um, I think this movie is surprisingly funny. The first movie was not that funny. Um,
I thought it was. But yeah, there wasn't
like
much
it
of
was
it. I
funny,
agree.
but this one is like jokes. Like um, I thought this movie was well done, and yeah, it all hinges on the chemistry of Ben Affleck and John Bernthal, Daredevil and Punisher there, and it all hinges on their chemistry, and their chemistry is great. Um, I think people could watch a whole movie of just them talking at his camper, like, and just
Hmm.
goofing. Um, the writing with them is good, and their conversations are good. The scene where they go to like the country bar is good. Um, yeah, I mean, and there's good action in it. I thought the most boring part was the main story. I thought was the most boring part. The that Was she FBI or CIA or something?
Um, yeah, they say it a million times. She's some high up person
Special
that they
agent,
use.
whatever. The special agent, I thought she was serviceable. She didn't do a bad job. I actually think she did a good job. I just thought her character was very half baked.
I don't
Um,
think they should have brought her back. I think she does a good job, but I think we could have taken the story in a different direction. Didn't need to tie it to um, what's his head from the previous film.
yeah. They basically just because Anna Kendrick's character doesn't return, and they just have this lady character, and then they have John Bernthal doing the jokey jokes. So they basically took took her out and had two characters for to fill basically her role. Um, because in the first one, John Bernthal pretty much only shows up at the end of the movie. So I think I like this movie more than the first one. Um, because I just like the the
You like
action
the
and
buddy
stuff.
cop parts of it.
I like the
The
buddy cop parts, and I thought the action was better in this movie. The first one, I thought the character work, and I think I like Anna Kendrick, so I felt like there was just all the parts of the movie worked in the first one, but I think the parts that really work in this second one work really well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, I think like overall, this movie for me is like an 8, and the first one's like a 7.
Okay. Yeah, my gripes. Well, my probably my biggest gripe is I actually thought there wasn't enough action. I thought the action was good, but I wanted more. Um, but I mean, I think it's a good gripe to have. But um, and another thing, a lot of the action in this one wasn't with him. Like I want to see him beating up people. I don't want to see the lady cop fight this other random lady. Like I liked it. It wasn't a bad like sequence. The action was stellar for both of them. But I want to see him. I came to see the accountant, and I feel like he did one fight kind of in the middle, and then the ending thing, which it was good. I just wanted like one more sequence. I don't know. That's like my only major gripe. The overall plot is interesting enough, but yeah, it's not super interesting, especially since it doesn't. It's just about some characters we barely even know, right?
Yeah,
So,
like the main storyline. I I thought the stuff about actually. the guy, like Ben Affleck's character, was interesting. Like him going on the speed dating and stuff like that. I thought that was actually interesting. It's just once they like actually have to like figure out the puzzle or whatever, I was like, I just don't care about these characters. There's not like it was all, yeah, that stuff is just goofy or whatever. And yeah, so, and I like John Bernthal. I've liked John Bernthal and everything, even though he's literally the same character and everything, pretty much. Other than I think the Punisher, to be honest. But yeah, he still plays the same kind of slick kind of guy.
I think he has some range. He can play bad guys really good too. I think that goes for something.
Yeah, but I think he just turns that edge towards the protagonist when he's the villain.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But I think he's good. And his chemistry with Ben Affleck's very good. They should make more movies together. They don't even have to make this another. I mean, they're going to probably make another account because I think this one.
I'm a little worried because I don't think they should have released it here. Why would you release a week before Thunderbolts? You're going to lose the screens. I think they could have made more money off the movie. I think they'll do enough to make another. I'm really hoping because I do want another. But yeah, I don't think they should have released it here. In my personal opinion.
I'm not sure why so many movies came out in April and there's like wide open times that like September is wide open. Like The Amateur literally shouldn't have like no one saw that movie. Warfare, this movie, like all of these.
I'm sure August is pretty free too. I don't know.
Like honestly, August has some stuff, but I think early September, like Labor Day, nothing. Like there's literally a 3-day weekend where this or Warfare or Amateur could have all played in September. Like Beetlejuice made money in September. It crushed it. Like this, like any of these movies could have came out in September. It's not like a big summer blockbuster or anything, but these movies can make money. They don't have to come out, in spring. So I don't know. Just things got crushed by Minecraft and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, yeah. So I'm at an 8. What are you at?
I can give it an 8 too. I don't think it's higher. I think if it really wants to elevate higher, it needs to be a better story overall. But I think their chemistry is great. So I think just that alone, I think it could be an 8. I could see someone saying it's a 7 too. I'm just left with wanting more. So I don't know. Well, a little
maybe that's a good thing. You want more, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Would you see it, stream it, or skip it?
I mean, I went and saw it in theaters, but I'm an action guy. This is an action movie. If you like action movies, definitely go see it in the theater. But I think it would be a good streaming movie too. I mean, I don't even think the first one came out in theaters, right?
It
did?
Yep.
I don't think I saw it in theaters.
Yes, we did.
We did?
We worked at a movie theater at the time. We saw it in the theater.
Okay. I guess I just watched it a few times on streaming.
No, you probably watched it at home. Yeah, we definitely saw it in the theater. We saw it at the place that we worked at the time. That is literally a pile of rubble right now. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
No, we did. I remember seeing it with you.
Okay.
I remember you coming out. I remember leaving that movie and you're like, I like that movie. That movie was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember we had the poster for that movie in our apartment. Yeah.
You're right.
We saw that movie in the theater.
You're right. You're right about the poster. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I truly take your word for it.
Yes. So yes, we did see it. I saw this one in the theater as well. Yeah, I thought the movie was good. I would say check it out in the theater if you like this kind of movie. Definitely go check it out in the theater. But I don't think you won't turn it off if you have it at home and you like this kind of movie. You won't if you stream it. That'll work. I definitely say it's worth a watch for just the two of them doing stuff alone. I think it was good. Yeah, and they had. So we're gonna get into spoilers here because I have a plot detail that bothers me. So first of all, I liked a couple callbacks that they had. They had conversations in this movie. But the one I liked was where he's like, "You're a cat person," and then he finds a cat. I like that. I thought that was funny. I like stuff like that. That always works for me.
It was pretty predictable, because they showed the cat earlier, and then he was like, "You're more of a cat person." And I was like, "Ding!"
Clearly, they talked about the cat, but yeah, when they saw, he's like, "Oh," on the road. I was like, "I know he's gonna get a cat."
They show the cat earlier in the film when they're showing the kid. Yes, for a good second. For some reason,
I didn't even realize that.
Okay, that's a cute cat, but why am I seeing it? I don't know. But then
I did not remember. I did not. Yeah. I guess I was looking away when that happened because I don't remember.
They're just showing the kid being sad, right? Because he's,
Yeah, but sad. I don't remember the cat.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you when.
I know when he was like, "Oh, come over here," or whatever. I knew that was a cat. I knew it wasn't going to be a dog. He comes around, a cardinal for sure. But yeah. That was good. And there was some other callbacks, like a chair, like an office chair and stuff. I always like stupid stuff like that. Now, so this storyline where they're like, we don't know who this woman is or whatever, this woman assassin is or whatever. And then she ends up being like the kid that, like one of the kids that they're trying to save's mom that got into like a car accident, and she had like reconstructive surgery and she had like brain damage, and then she becomes like a super assassin or something because she had her brain damage and she looked different and stuff. I thought that was stupid. Like, I knew she was the one that were, obviously like, who's this mystery woman? It's like, clearly it's this lady because we can't find her or whatever. But I thought that plot point was so stupid and convoluted and dumb that that was like the only thing that bothered me, because like I thought the rest of it was like well written, but that plot point was dumb.
Yeah, and then they have to explain it all in like half a second, and
then we're taking away time from the interesting stuff to like give me this backstory of a person that like is almost worthless to the plot. Other than she's the mother of this smart kid, like...
Well, yeah, and especially since they didn't even do anything with her in the end anyways. She didn't care about any of it.
Yeah. It was weird, and like... like I like the stuff with how he has his, his foster sister still helps him and stuff, and they have like these kids. I like that whole little, like, they have their little like tech, their room, their brain trust or whatever working and stuff. I liked all that, but yeah, that plot point was dumb. It's like they're looking for this missing family, and that's what J.K. Simmons sets up or whatever.
So that was it. That was all that bothered you.
Yeah, that's like, it's just like that. But that whole plot, I just thought, like, the main plot, wasn't a big fan of. Like, this is the whole point of this plot.
No, I agree. The problem I had with the plot was what's the actor's name who was in the previous one? I don't know why I can't remember people's names today.
The one that dies, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons, yeah. I don't know. They don't explain why he's even interested in this case at all. He just is, and seems to already know all of the answers, finds her, but it was like, it's important to me. Okay, well, why is it important to you? We never find that out.
I believe, so from what I understand is that kid is like the accountant, so he's trying to he's if he knows that she's his mother, he's hoping that maybe she knows where the kid is. Maybe.
Yeah, but we don't know. I
We're,
wish they would have.
we can make assumptions, right? I don't. Like I said, I think this whole storyline is dumb. So like, I don't even like wasting my brain power on it, to be honest with you. But so I guess he cares about that because it could be like someone like the accountant who could help people. I guess maybe that's the reasoning. I don't know. I will say it isn't very fleshed out, but that just adds on to I think that whole storyline was dumb, and that's like the main plot of this.
Well, I think I like the plot of the first one better. Like, I like the idea of him coming to fix bad guys' books or whatever, and then the bad guys try to turn on him. I think I like that better.
Well, Well, first of all, the plot of the first one is far more simple than this.
Yeah.
This is trying, but it just has, like I said, I thought the first one overall like was more solid, but I thought the good stuff of this one was better. So
I think for them, if they do another one, they just make it more simpler and more of them. Don't even bring the cop lady back. Just make it about them.
No. First of all, I don't think they will. So
I don't know. I mean, she can they can have her in it as like a cameo, or they're like, hey, we got this bad guy for you. That way she can show up, but don't make her a main role. We don't need her. She's not interested.
I mean, they didn't have other people show up from, they didn't have everybody show up from the first movie. They don't need everyone to show up from the second movie either. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Well, she was in the first one. That's why she's here.
She wasn't in the first one.
Yes, she was in the first one.
She was?
Yeah, dude.
I did not remember that.
The whole first one, Simmons is looking for a replacement to be the person on the other end of the phone when the accountant calls. She's literally trying to find him. She tracks down the accountant. She's in it even more than the other lady that you keep talking about that was in the first movie.
I literally do not remember her.
I'm telling you, she's in it.
I believe you. I literally do not remember this woman.
Okay. Well, she's in both.
So that's why she's how here. Memorable her character is that I do not remember her existence.
They shouldn't have brought her back. I agree.
Okay, great.
But now you know why she's there. It's not just something they decided to throw in just for that.
All right.
Anyways, what were we talking about?
I don't even remember at this point.
Bottom line is, it was a pretty good movie. Plot was a little too complicated for no reason. And the two leads did great. They have great chemistry. Make another one, please. 8s from the both of us. Anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, and this one didn't have John Lithgow, who's just good. So, I'll say that was
he's a good villain. Yes,
the villains in this were like kind of.
They were throwaway. They were like, John Wick villains or something.
Yeah, yeah. You wanted that guy to get killed though, because he's like gonna kill kids. So you're like, you want him to die,
That's the other bit. I like to see them get their comeuppance. They didn't show it. They do it off screen. Don't like that.
Yeah.
Make it 2 minutes longer with him getting stabbed in the gut or something. Fine with me.
I don't think it's necessary, but I see what you're saying.
Have him have what's his head curb stomp him like he did to that one guy in the fight.
Yeah.
So that's always satisfying.
I thought there was good stuff in the movie. I think it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad that a movie sequel that I didn't think was going to ever happen, and I didn't think was particularly necessary to happen either, was better than I expected. So that is always a good turn of events, because this very easily could have sucked. So
yeah, you're right.
So,
All right.
yeah.
I think that wraps up our episode. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then.
This has been the Daniel and Andrew Show.